Guiding Star, a love story. Maya stood by the window of her small apartment, watching the rain trickle down the glass, lost in thought. Her heart beat steadily, but with a soft ache she had carried for years, until recently. For so long she had wondered if she would ever find someone who truly saw her, loved her, and made her feel whole. Then Ava had walked into her life. It was at a bookshop on a quiet Sunday afternoon when Maya first met Ava. They had both reached for the same book, a collection of poems on love and longing. Their fingers brushed against each other, and the brief contact had sent a shiver down Maya's spine. Ava had smiled, her green eyes sparkling with warmth. "I think we've found something we both need," Ava had said with a soft chuckle. Maya had laughed nervously, her heart skipping a beat. It was that moment, small and simple, that changed everything. They left the store together, sipping coffee in a cozy cafe and sharing pieces of their lives. Ava had an ease about her, a quiet confidence, and Maya felt herself falling fast, losing herself in everything Ava did and said. As the days passed, Maya found herself growing more and more in love. Ava became her guiding star, lighting up the darkest corners of her life. She couldn't believe how complete she felt, as if a missing piece had finally fallen into place. Every moment they spent together, Maya felt brand new, as if she was rediscovering what it meant to love and be loved. One night, as they lay side by side in bed, their hands intertwined, Maya whispered into the quiet room, "Darling, you're my guiding star and I adore you." Ava turned to her, her face illuminated by the soft glow of the moonlight filtering through the window. "You've made me who I am," Maya continued, her voice full of emotion, "and now I'm yours. There are so many ways I want to say I love you, but I'll start with this. Let me hold you close forevermore." Ava smiled, leaning in to kiss Maya gently, a kiss that felt like a promise. "You've come and made me feel brand new," Maya whispered against Ava's lips. "I'm lost in everything you do, and I know we're meant to be. Won't you believe in us?" Tears glistened in Ava's eyes, but they weren't from sadness. She kissed Maya again, softer this time, and rested her head on Maya's chest. "I believe," she whispered back. "I've been waiting for you too." In that moment, Maya knew she had found the person she had been searching for all these years. She had felt so incomplete, as if a part of her was missing, but now Ava was here and she felt whole. Every morning when Maya woke, she turned to see Ava lying beside her, her face peaceful in sleep. The simple joy of waking up next to her every day filled Maya with a warmth that words could never capture. "Forever," Maya thought to herself one morning as she gazed at Ava still asleep. "I want to wake up to you every day for the rest of my life." Maya brushed a strand of hair from Ava's face, her heart swelling with love. Ava stirred and smiled, her voice still heavy with sleep. "Morning," she whispered. "You've been staring at me again, haven't you?" Maya laughed softly, feeling that familiar flutter in her chest. "I can't help it. I've forgotten what life was like before you. Every time I look at you, I see the world. You're the love I've dreamed about, my girl." Ava snuggled closer, wrapping her arms around Maya. "And you, Maya, are my home." As the seasons changed, their love only deepened. Through every challenge, every tear, Ava stood by her side. Maya had always known love was more than just passion. It was trust, kindness, and being there through the good and the bad. Ava gave her all of that and more. There was no other love like theirs. One autumn evening they sat under a blanket of stars, the cool breeze brushing against their skin. Maya looked at Ava, her eyes filled with everything she had ever wanted to say. "Darling," she began, "your love is the only love I'll ever need. Right here beside me is where I always want you to be." Ava took Maya's hand in hers, squeezing it gently. I know, Ava whispered. Because you are the love of my life. Maya's heart swelled with emotion, and she pulled Ava close. You're my love, my light, she said softly. And forever I'll hold you tight. The future stretched out before them, uncertain but beautiful, and Maya knew that no matter what came their way, as long as they had each other, they would be all right. Ava was her guiding star, and together, they would navigate the world, hand in hand, hearts entwined forever. Maya held Ava close, feeling the warmth of her embrace and the steady rhythm of her heartbeat. It was in these quiet moments, wrapped in each other's arms, that Maya felt the most alive. The world outside could be chaotic and unpredictable, but here, in this small bubble of love, everything made sense. The stars above twinkled like scattered diamonds, casting a soft glow over the hillside where they sat. The air smelled of pine and earth, crisp with the coming winter, but the cold didn't reach them. They were lost in each other's warmth, and nothing else mattered. Do you remember the first time we met? Ava asked, her voice barely louder than a whisper. Maya smiled, her thoughts drifting back to that fateful day in the bookstore. Of course I do. How could I forget? I've never been the same since. Ava chuckled softly, resting her head on Maya's shoulder. You were so nervous. I remember thinking you were adorable. The way you blushed when our hands touched. I wasn't nervous, Maya teased, though her blush betrayed her even now. Okay, maybe a little. But you were so calm, like you knew something I didn't. I did, Ava said quietly. I knew from the moment I saw you that we were meant to meet. Like it was written somewhere, you know? In the stars or something. Maya's heart fluttered. She had felt it too, that undeniable pull, like gravity drawing them together. From that day on, they had been inseparable, their love growing stronger with every shared laugh, every tender touch. Do you ever think about the future? Maya asked, her voice soft, almost hesitant. Ava lifted her head, looking into Maya's eyes. All the time. I think about waking up next to you, about the life we'll build together. I think about a little house, maybe by the sea. We'd have a garden, lots of bookshelves, and the sound of the waves would lull us to sleep every night. Maya smiled at the thought, her chest tightening with emotion. That sounds perfect. Ava reached up, brushing a stray tear from Maya's cheek. What about you? What do you think about? Maya took a deep breath, her heart swelling with love. I think about all the mornings I'll spend waking up to you. I think about how you're my home now, and wherever we go, as long as you're with me, I'll be happy. I think about the family we might have, about growing old together, hand in hand. And I think about the quiet moments like this where the world just feels right. Ava's eyes shimmered with unshed tears. I love you, she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. You're everything to me, Maya. I love you too, Maya replied, her voice steady and sure. More than words can say. They sat in silence for a long while, content in each other's presence. The stars continued their slow dance across the sky, a reminder of how small they were in the grand scheme of things, and yet, to each other, they were the whole universe. As time passed, their love deepened in ways neither of them had expected. They moved into a small house by the sea, just as Ava had dreamed, and spent their days planting flowers in the garden, reading by the fire, and laughing at the small, silly things that only they found funny. Life was simple, but it was full of love. One evening, as the sun set over the ocean, casting the sky in shades of pink and gold, Ava turned to Maya, her eyes full of the same warmth and love she had seen in them from the beginning. Maya, she said softly, I've been thinking about forever. Maya smiled, her heart already knowing where this was going. Forever sounds good to me. Ava pulled a small box from her pocket, her hands trembling just slightly as she opened it to reveal a simple, elegant ring. I know we've talked about it before, but I want to make it official. I want to spend the rest of my life with you. Will you marry me? Maya's breath caught in her throat, tears filling her eyes as she looked at Ava, at the woman who had become her everything. Yes, she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. 1,000 times yes. They kissed, a kiss that felt like the culmination of every moment they had shared, every challenge they had overcome, and every promise of the future they would build together. The waves crashed against the shore in celebration, and the stars above twinkled like they had been waiting for this moment all along. Their wedding was small, intimate, just a handful of close friends and family gathered by the ocean, the waves their witness. They exchanged vows under the open sky, promises to love, to cherish, and to support one another for all the days of their lives. As they stood hand in hand, looking out at the endless horizon, Maya felt a peace she had never known before. Ava was her guiding star, her light in the darkness, and together, they would navigate whatever life threw their way. And as the sun set on that perfect day, they walked along the beach, their hands entwined, their hearts full, and their future bright. Because in the end, it wasn't just about finding each other, it was about finding a love that would last a lifetime. And they had.